I don't know if this mic is going to connect to yours now or not. It's not going to work. We're just going to go with this audio. Nope. I don't have any room. Oh, that kind of went dark. There we go. That's better. There we go.
Are you trying to touch up appearance or something? Let me check this.
My phone is like really touching up appearance. Hello, over on TikTok and YouTube Short Live. Just kind of giving you behind the scenes a little bit as we get ready to go over and talk about our Thriving Thursdays. Thriving Thursdays.
Need to find the remote for that so it stops auto-focusing.
Yeah. So that's what we'll be going over today. We get live going here. Hey, Jenna, how are you? You're talking about Thriving Thursdays. Be going over market research and stuff like that. We'll be getting into that. Got a special offer you can see now. You can see down there. If you ever want to get in our group, we do have a free group over on school as well. If anybody's ever interested in that. So that is this school.com. Thanks, Jenna. Thanks for the rose. Appreciate it. Just getting going, setting up behind. Getting everything ready to go live over on YouTube main. But we always go live early on TikTok and YouTube Shorts early. Just to let you guys all see what we're doing and getting everything going and everything else. So thanks for checking us out. Appreciate it. Going to dive deep into mastering markets. So mastering market trends today is what we're going to talk about. So this can be used for any business, really. Any business you're going to be doing, you could use this. But we're specialized in microgreens and indoor vertical farming is what we talk about. So, but yeah, you could use it for any business, but we'll get going live here in just a minute as soon as we get the setup over on YouTube done. The producer gets all that set up, aka Oz. Thanks for you guys coming in. Go ahead and put comments and questions. We'll answer questions as we go along too. If you got questions about what we're talking about, we'll stop. We'll answer them questions as we go and get going live and everything else. So we appreciate the great Oz. Yes, very much. He said everything's scheduled to go live at 6. We usually do a little bit of a countdown timer over on the main one. So we usually have 5 minutes or so to talk back here over on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Any questions or any comments you guys got, you can put that in there. Thanks for the likes, Jenna. Appreciate it. And then we'll get going and do some teaching on mastering market trends. So should be exciting once we get going. This is just a way to test out the cameras and everything. Everybody can see everything. TikTok seems a little blurry to me, but Jenna, how do you like it? Love the pricing strategy section. Nice, thank you. You ain't got to know how to price everything, right? Like, you don't know how to price your microgreens, you're going to be in trouble. You don't know if you get the right price. It doesn't look blurry on my end. Maybe wipe your lens. All right, cool. That front lens, not that
Mine
one.
is blurry too, so.
No, I was going to say, it's not that one.
Isn't that what shirts are for? I'll say I might have a towel somewhere, but
Hey, that looks better. Nice and clear now. A little wipe with the shirt, never hurt. Welcome over on YouTube Shorts. Thanks guys for showing up. I see 14 of you in here. Go ahead and like this video, help get out more people. We really appreciate it. We're just getting behind the scenes right now as we get ready to go live and do our training today. We are doing these trainings every day now, almost every day. We're doing trainings on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday and Monday we do harvest, so it's really hard to go live, but we go live while we harvest. So you can see that out. We go live tomorrow morning, Friday. We'll go live while we're planting, so you can see that and what we're doing over there. So you can check that out tomorrow morning, then we'll have a training tomorrow evening. So 5 days a week we'll do trainings like this, and then we will be going live during our harvest and everything. So very valuable. We also have a free school. You can see down here. It's a free school community right here. School.com/growth bites. It's really simple now. It has no numbers behind it or anything else because we have enough members in there now. So school lets us put our own URL in there. So we have Growth Bites. That is 100% free community you can get into. It is awesome. We're in there asking questions. We post stuff every day in there. It's just about microgreens. I hope everybody that's in there, Tracy's in there, Jenna is in that free community as well. So hopefully everybody is enjoying that community as we post more and more stuff in there. So check that out. If you want to go deeper, we got a school at school.com/microgreens as well. That's our paid course in our community and everything in there. So you can check that out. Hey, John H., how are you? Are you mainly direct-to-consumer or wholesale or bulk discount sales? We are everything. Our main business is grocery stores. We do probably 80 to 85% of grocery store business. And then the rest is restaurants, home deliveries. We're working on a distributor. We're probably going to be in April by the latest. We'll be in April. So we will be bulk wholesale discounting to them at that point. So yeah, we're everywhere. Hey, No BS Marketing, how are you? Thanks for coming over. Appreciate it. Appreciate the likes, everybody. Thanks for sharing, Jenna. Appreciate it. Tracy, I'm taking the top spot soon. All right, awesome. Yeah, get over there. If you interact and people like your stuff and everything else, it shows engagement in that community. You get more likes, you get to the top. We're probably going to do something special for somebody for a 30-day thing. We're probably in that sometime in March. We'll do a 30-day challenge. I'll announce that soon. And then we'll do something special for somebody that gets that top spot on the leaderboard. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. Yeah, I'm from the U.S. We are in the central part of the U.S. So, yep. I love it. Thanks, Libby. Appreciate it. Johnny, what was your method of getting your first grocery store? I assume the produce manager. Yep. We called up the grocery store, found out who the produce manager was. Actually, he was there. He was not there. So if you want to call and get their name, call after 2 o'clock is the tip. And then you go in when they're there, in the morning, 9, 10 o'clock or so, when they're done doing stuff. They got some time to talk before they get out about 1, 2 o'clock. I'd recommend going in that time. And then you go up and say, hey, I'm here to talk to Rodney, the produce manager. And he's like, yep, that's me. And then boom, you start a conversation because you're going in with a name. It helps the conversation go a lot better. And it was pretty easy once you talk to the produce manager getting in. Some are harder. Some took us a year and a half to get into with the produce manager. Some took us the first time. So it just depends on how receptive they are and what they are and everything else. So it's not too bad. Thanks, Libby. Appreciate it. All right. Jess, are you ready over on YouTube side or?
I'm running into challenges with this other camera because the autofocus is not what you turn off. It's press and hold the middle button, yes?
Yes.
But you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
She be blurry, and I don't like it.
Our one camera broke on the laptop we use, the webcam that we used broke, won't turn on. So we're using another camera that likes to autofocus. So every time I move, it wants to focus. So it's a challenge. So
it's being ornery.
John, if you had to start all over, what would you say all cost and how would you go about it? We did do a video on that, John. You can check on the channel. I believe it was on the short feeds. That we did how to get started in microgreen business, the setup and the costs and everything else. But if you wanted to go full with all the trays you needed, all the rack, the lights, the perfect everything you needed, it would cost you about $2,000 to get seeds, soil, rack, trays, everything you needed to get started. And we talked in there how you can easily make $350 back a week on that if you can find somebody to sell to. Obviously, that's the challenge. You get $350 a week on that, and then you'll be able to get your money back in less than 6 weeks. So that's a very, very profitable business. There's not many, if any, other businesses that you can get that turn and reinvestment on back so fast. So see if I missed anything over here. Thanks for joining everybody over on TikTok. Appreciate it. Ask questions. I will definitely answer them as we go along. Thanks for the rose. No BS. Appreciate it.
Can you hold up one of your little support boards
Yeah.
and see if maybe that will be sufficient for the situation?
So this is the beginning of our live. I'll be using these little clipboards to go.
Little
Everything.
boards?
So,
That would work.
all right.
So,
Hey, Caesar, thanks. Sub, thank you. Thank you for the sub. DeSantos, how are you? Caesar, how are you?
all right. So I'm going to give it a 5-minute intro or about a minute.
Let's do a minute intro since we're 7 minutes over. Yeah?
What?
So we're getting ready to start. We're going to do a minute intro over on YouTube, Twitter, X, Facebook groups.
Yeah.
We'll be going live everywhere on that as well. So we'll go through that. We'll answer questions as we go. John, sunflowers or broccoli? If you're just starting out, I'd recommend starting with broccoli, number 1 crop to start with. Definitely would start with broccoli, number 1. Sunflower is my number 5 crop to start with, just because you have to deal with seed hulls. But if you get some seeds from Greener Harvest and get the tiny sunflower seeds, they are awesome. And the seed hulls, the way we do it, basically come off before you're harvesting. You ain't got to deal with it. You just got to clean up the floor. So definitely recommend that. Thanks, Jenna. Jenna loves our small board. Yes, love the mini small boards. Thanks, no BS. Hey, Scott, how are you? Thanks for joining over there, guys. Appreciate it over on TikTok. We'll get going here soon. I think
20 seconds.
20 seconds we'll start going and get everything going here. So the producer will let me know, and then I'll start doing some teaching. So stay tuned for that, and I'll show you how we talk about microgreens and marketing. So
10 seconds.
countdown has begun.
4, 3.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our new series, Thriving Thursdays. We're going to be doing the Thriving Thursdays section every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you're at. A few minutes late, but we're here. So every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be doing Thriving Thursdays. And today, we are going to talk about mastering market trends. Mastering market trends. In this, we'll be going over market research, consumer demographics and preferences, competitor analysis, pricing and strategies, emerging trends, and utilizing technology. We'll be going over them 6 sections today. It'll take us just a little bit to get through that. We'll get through it. And then we also have a special offer that we're doing down there that you can see right now. If you're interested, let me know. And we can talk about that as well. But so let's get into it, the meat of the section here. So market research. Understanding your market research. So when you're doing your market research, I go this way so I could read. So market research, understanding your market. You've got to understand your market of who you have in your market. If you have health conscious people, or what is their behaviors of your consumers, or their preferences, are they health conscious? Are they just wanting colorful things for their restaurants? What are they wanting? They just wanting adding nutrients to their food. Did they have cancer and they want to help prevent that? There's so many other things you can do with the market research on that. You have to know your market and what you're targeting. When we first started, our target market was home consumers, vegans, and health conscious people. That was our target. We did very well in that, but home deliveries take a lot of time and effort to do. So we slowly pivoted to restaurants and grocery stores. And bulk of our business now is grocery stores, and a little bit of restaurants and very little home deliveries. But we're getting ready to reopen that up again in our course, because we're going to be doing a marketing section in there. So we're going to teach everybody how to do that. So we're going to open it up a little bit and get some new home deliveries and see how that goes. So consumer behaviors, their preferences, like it's saying vegans, health conscious, whatever else. And then their purchase patterns. Where do they purchase at? Are they grocery stores? Are they farmers markets people? Are they home deliveries people? These people don't want to get out and do anything. They want to be home deliveries. It all depends on what they want. So you got to know your target market before you start selling, or it's going to be hard to sell anything. So trends online, so trends. What is the trend right now? Go to Google Trends. You just search up Google Trends, type in whatever category you want there, and it's going to tell you. Like right now, microgreens, you can just see it. It's just climbing and climbing and climbing up. It has some dips and climbs up like any graph does. But right now, it's at one of the highest peaks. It's just slightly under the peak that it normally is at, that it's the highest is. So it's going. The microgreen business is going to excel. It's only going to get bigger from here as more and more people are getting health conscious. So definitely check that out. Check out Google Trends for your area. And the Google Trends, you can go down the U.S., you can go North America, you can go Canada, you can go Africa, wherever you're at, you can check the Google Trends. You can check it for your state, for your city. you can get all the way down on that. So Google Trends is awesome. I would start there to find out where you want to sell your microgreens and what your target wants to be. 100% Google Trends. It's free. Use it. All right. Food industry reports. You can get that too, what the food industry reports are out there and everything else. These are the things you're going to need to do in the very beginning to get your marketing stuff done, to understand your market. Every market's different. Our market's going to be different here in the Midwest than somebody in California or New York or Louisiana or Florida. It's going to be totally different. Florida, if you're on the coast, sell to a whole bunch of cruise ships possibly. That's a whole different industry that I can't get. But definitely check that out, market trends. I'm going to get my second board. I'll be right back. All right, getting a little bit more into the consumers here. So consumers, demos, and preferences. I'm in the right spot?
Yes.
Right. So consumers, difference, and preferences. Who and what? So who? The age and gender. When you're doing marketing, you need to know the age of your consumer, your target consumer. After you figured out where you're going to target, what you're going to do, what is your average age of that consumer? Because you're going to market different ages differently. 60 plus, you're going to market different than you're going to average the 20-somethings. It's a totally different marketing strategy. That's why Nike has different marketing strategies across the board to hit different people. So you got to know your market. Your gender, too, is big. Mostly shoppers, let's be honest, are women. Most women are the shoppers. That doesn't hold true for everything, but most are women. So when you get yourself in a grocery store, you don't want them to put you on the top shelf. Nobody's going to see it that shops. The majority of the people aren't going to see it. So they're never going to see your product. They're never going to buy. You don't want to be on the top. You want to be spread out through the whole thing. In the well's even good because that's where they can find it as well. But you definitely want to make sure you know that information. Income and marriage. Married or not. Are they married or not? That makes a difference of the spendable income. One income versus two income is big. That way you know where your spendable income is. So the income is huge. So if they're lower in, they're barely making it, that's not going to be your target market because they're not going to be able to afford your products because they're just buying the food that they need. So you need to check that. You make sure. Location and interests, obviously. Where are they located at? Where their interests? Are they in the cities? Are they out in the country? Are they on the coast? You know, different. They're going to be different. Every interest is going to be different for where the location is. Businesses. You can target businesses too. So like if you want to work with that, we have a local person here we're trying to work with that does healthy food delivery services. So we're going to try to talk to them and see if we can add our microgreens in with their business as an add-on product that their consumers can buy. And we'll sell to them wholesale and look at a good price and everything else. So, you know, you can work with other businesses. You can work with office buildings, maybe setting them out. Gyms, if you can set a cooler. I know people set a cooler in there at gyms and people buy it. You bring your own cooler, they set it in there, and then boom, they buy your products. That's health-conscious people that are going to gyms, mostly, I would assume. If you're going there, you want to work out, you want to get healthy. So microgreens can go great in there as well. Or any indoor vegetable food you're growing goes great in there. We're growing lettuce as well. That's behind the cameras back there. So definitely check out working with other businesses and getting in with them is huge. The flavor. Are they after flavor? That makes a difference of what you want to grow. So the flavor versus, you know, does it look pretty? Is a big deal. So most people are going to want flavor. They're grocery store buyers or home deliveries. They're going to be looking for flavor. So you definitely want to make sure you have good flavorful products. And that's going to make a determination of what you're going to buy, seed-wise, and what you're going to grow. So make sure your flavor is right for that. Variety. I recommend starting with 5 varieties. If you're brand new or you're intermediate and everything else, start with the 5 varieties. You know, your broccoli, your radish, your kale, peas, and then sunflowers. You want to start with them 5 varieties. They make a good mix. You can mix that stuff together. You can make multiple products out of 5. When we started, we had 5 products, but we had 8 products. We had 5 varieties grown, but we had 8 products because we mixed them together different ways. So it made a big difference. That had more products to take to the market, show people, they're like, oh, you're really growing a lot of stuff. Well, we're only growing 5 varieties, but we have 8 products. So it can make a difference, make you look a little bit better than the normal. Your package is huge. The package is part of your branding, your marketing. It's what attracts people's eyes. It's your everything. Your package is you. When you're out there selling direct to people, that's you. If you put it in a grocery store or even at a farmer's market or a gym or working with a health food place that's delivering food, you're not there. People need to see your product. You got to have a very good, attractive product. You got to have it packed right. You got to have your label right. The package has to be a good quality product. So you want to make sure you have that when you're doing that, because most of the time you're not going to be standing in front of somebody. You can go for organic. Some people in some areas are high on organic, so you might need to go organic and get certified, which is a cost associated to it. But if you do go organic, because that cost there, you're paying more for seeds, you're paying more for soil, your yields are going to be lower, all that fun stuff. So you want to charge appropriately for that and everything else. So, and exotic, you can go exotic varieties. Exotic varieties, I would say like Sisho, sorrel, even beets, cilantro can fit into that exoticness and everything. So do you need to go exotic? If you're going for after restaurants, you're probably going to need to go exotic. You're going to need to hit that exotic area for that, for sure. If you're going home deliveries, you just need the 5 I talked about, and you'd be fine. Going to grocery stores, you can start with them 5. You'll be fine. But once you get into restaurants, and I don't recommend restaurants if you're a brand new grower or you're less than 6 months grower or something like that, you haven't grown a lot, because them are harder varieties. They take up shelf space. They take shelf space longer. That's the reason why we only recommend them 5, because they're quick turnovers. They're all 10 days. So that way you can get going and make some money. If you put a beet or a cilantro on the stuff or a basil, you're waiting a month before you get paid, and you don't want to wait that long. You want to get paid weekly. The job pays you weekly or bi-weekly, I'm sure. So that's why you want to get your business set up as well. All right. Tracy, you just seen an email that he is vegan verified. All right, awesome, man. Good job on that. Getting vegan verified. All right, the next section. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you give a like to the video. Make sure you make any comments, any of this. We'll go over it if you ask questions in the comments. So make sure you like the video, share it, get it out to people that are there. And just wanted to talk real quick before we get in the next section. We do have a course that is on school.com/microgreens. That got really dark.
Really dark?
Really dark.
Oh, looks better for this one. That's fine.
So, all right, school.com/microgreens. You can go there, and you can check that out. That course is $97 a month, and you get a course, you get the resource sheets, you get all our lives, you get weekly Q&As on there as well. So you can check that out there. But I do have a special offer. You stay till the end. You might see it over here. Special offer, so make sure you stay till we get done with this, and we can get that out to you. So, all right, so we're going to talk about competitor analysis now. So competitor analysis. If you have somebody else growing in your area, you need to know what they are growing, what they're doing, right? You need to know what your competitors are. Nike knows their competitors, Reebok and Converse, they know that. So you got to know what they're doing so you know what you need to do. So your competitors, strength and weaknesses and positioning. So what is your strength, first off? What are you good at growing? What are you good at selling? Who are you good at talking to? Are you good at talking to chefs? If you're not, that's not even going to do. Produce managers are going to be easier to talk to, maybe in a grocery store. Home deliveries are even easier because you're usually dealing with them over email or text or something like that. So it depends on what you are good at, where you want to do, what you want to sell. Okay? What is their strengths? Know what their strengths are. What's your competitor's strength? Where are they at? What are they doing? What can you fit in? You can coexist with multiple microgreen growers in your area. Just pick what strengths you each have and deal with it. What is their weaknesses? What are they failing at? They're not good at. Where can you fit in and get in that? Are they not good at growing beets and cilantro and stuff like that? Eventually you can get good at that, and then you can go after restaurants and sell that stuff to them so you can sell better stuff. Are they not good at going to farmers market and talking to people? A lot of people aren't. Farmers are not generally people who go out and talk to people. So you may need to build that weakness up, and you can kill it at the farmers market. And then that way you have that advantage. Or talking to restaurant people. Maybe they don't like to talk to restaurant people. You can do that. In positioning, where are you going to position yourself out to your competitors? Where's your competitor positioned at? Again, are they in restaurants? Okay, well, I'm going to go after grocery stores then. And that's what we did. When we did home deliveries and grocery stores mainly, we tried to get into restaurants. We dabbled in restaurants, but they were in them. We had 2 competitors that were in restaurants, so we pivoted and went towards grocery stores where they weren't. And we got them, and that's how we built our business there. So Very, very good. Identifying your gaps, like I just talked about. Identifying your gaps. Where's the gaps in the market? Fit in where the gaps are. If you're in an area like in Tampa, Florida, I know a big grower there. He deals with restaurants and cruise ships. Or he deals with restaurants. There's another one there that deals with cruise ships. They don't mess with each other. They've got a thriving big businesses, both of them. But they're different segments because they filled the gap. The one doing cruise ship didn't want to do restaurants, so he filled the gap with the restaurants. Somebody else, I could go down there and start our business and go after grocery stores because there's nobody doing that down there. They're getting them all from the big guys. I could go in and fill that gap. And you could have 3 huge farms in that area doing 3 different things and not touching each other. So there's plenty of room for everybody, no matter how many competitors you have in your area. You can fit in. Variety, quality, pricing. Variety, quality, pricing. Have good variety, have great quality, great quality, and then price accordingly for all of them. We have a pricing sheet in our course of how to do all that. Make sure you know your money, know you're making money in the products. Got to know if you're making money. That's the first thing you should ever do is have that pricing sheet. And if you want that free pricing sheet, email me, Mike at Microgreen Business Coaching, Mike at Microgreen Business Coaching, and I'll send that out to you. Just say free price sheet in the subject line, free price sheet, and I'll send that out to you and get you in there. And because I think that's more valuable than for anybody to have. They have to have it. You need it. So I'll send that out to you for free. So unique value proposition. We talked about this before and other things, but you need to have your unique value proposition. Where do you fit in? What's your uniqueness? What do you need to do to make yourself unique to everybody else? They have something that's unique to theirs, the competitors. You need to have something unique to you. Don't copy and just be like somebody else. Be unique. Okay. Why I switched is you and your wife are doing an amazing job. You gotta go. Oh, thanks, no BS. Appreciate it.
Jim likes the background.
Jim likes the background.
Looks familiar.
Looks familiar. All right. We're going to talk about pricing strategies. So just talk about getting that sheet. Email me. I'll get that free sheet out to you so you know your pricing. So pricing. Reflect your value plus remaining competitive. So you can't go in a market that's selling stuff for $5 and go in there and charge $8 a pack for a 2-ounce pack. It's not going to make sense, right? You're going to be too high. So you have to price accordingly. But it reflects your value. You don't, somebody selling a pack of 2 ounce for $3, you don't want to go challenge them for that. You don't want to get down to their level. You want to charge the proper price for your products. And what is your value, and what is your quality, and make sure it remains competitive though. So if they're charging $8, you can charge $6. You're being competitive, you're still getting a great product, you're still making a lot of money. If you're doing things right and you have that price sheet and you know you're doing it right, you can charge $6 and you can make money at that, you can make good money at that, and you're competitive. You may even be able to go to $7 if you want to stretch it, if they're charging $8. But you got to figure that out. Cost basis, it's all cost basis. So if it costs you $3 to make a product, you can't sell it for $3.50. That'd be dumb. 50 cents is not going to make enough money for you. And it's not going to work. So you have to know your cost basis so you know what to sell it at. I say you want at least a 70% markup from where you're selling at, because on our price sheet, okay, it equates for almost everything, but not everything. So it's not going to equate for rent and stuff like that. But power, water equates for all that. But for us, we're paying for a building, so you have to account for that and factor that in a little bit. But you need to make sure that you have that valued in there. So you can be value based. If they're value based, I wouldn't. Value based is a hard thing. You want to be the good value, but sell the good price so you're making money. You don't want to be selling generic. You don't want to be selling high end. You want somewhere in the middle, being that value base. And penetration. What is the market? How detailed is it? How many competitors are there? How many people are growing? So you need to know these things so you know how to price your strategies. Pen pricing. She's writing notes for me. Too low.
Usually penetration pricing is too low.
Oh, penetration pricing. She wrote pen. I thought she was talking about an ink pen or something. I don't know what she's writing back there on me. Producers,
Terrible. I need to get like a little earpiece for you.
So penetration usually means they're low base. So everybody's really, really there. They got a lot there, so they're low base. So you don't want to compete in that market. You want to sell your stuff at a good value price and still make some money. All right. Any questions on that or anything, or put them in the chat. Thanks for watching over on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. Thank you guys. Make sure you like this video, and I really, really do appreciate it. And get it out to more people. Appreciate it. So, emerging trends. You want to stay ahead of your competitors and anybody new coming in. So how do you do that? So you need to be the one adding new varieties. Add new varieties in. We are constantly adding new varieties in. We're just doing one this week. We're making mixes. We came up with this week. We're testing out right now. We planned it today. Some new mixes that we're trying out. So we're going to do that. We're going to test that over the next 10 days of the growth cycle of them. And then we're going to figure out if it's good or not. If it grows great, awesome. We just made 2 new mixes, 2 new products we can add to it. Now we'll be at like 32 products that we can add in now. So we need more SKUs. Again, that's a good thing. Keep adding new products, be innovative, adding new varieties all the time. Doesn't mean you need to have more seeds. Just make new varieties. Mix them up. See what tastes good. Eat it. Make sure it tastes good. It makes sense for a market, and come up with a name. All our names are made up. You don't have to be fancy with it. You don't have to. You can make up names. Make it whatever you want. You know, we got farmer salad, crunchy salad, ultimate. You know, you can come up with whatever names and sell them. So definitely can come up with names. You don't need to be any fancy or anything like that. Just come up with a name, put it out there. Brassica blend. Everybody uses that. You know, that's an easy one. So new varieties are key. Always adding new varieties to your mix. You want to stay ahead of your competitors with that. Most of your competitors are not going to do that. They're not going to do the hard work. They're not going to do the testing. They're not going to do that. They're just going to stay with the basics. So adding new varieties, adding mixes can set you apart from them. So it makes you something that's your unique selling point, which we had on our last podcast segment. So you can check that out every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Cheap plug. Consumption patterns. So what are people consuming? What are they eating in your area? What are they buying? What are they buying at the market? What's selling at the grocery stores? What is selling as you're going along? What are they doing? You need to know what your competitors or your consumers are eating. What is their trends they're going with? Summer, more salads. It's hot. People are eating salads. Winter, they're eating more heartier stuff. January to February 13th, salads go up. Microgreen sales go up. Everybody thinks they're going to be healthy. Gyms sell the most stuff they ever sell. People don't cancel for 6 to 8 months. They don't go since February 13th, but they stay paying because they think they're going to go back. So your sales of all the microgreens are going to go up. We know that we're going to get a 30% bump in all our grocery stores for the first 6 weeks of the year. So we have to plan for that. So that's consumption patterns. What are their patterns they're eating? We know that. We know if we go sample at a grocery store, that grocery store is going to see a bump in sales. So that's a consumption pattern when they get to eat it and try it. So you got to know what their consumption patterns are for the years. Obviously, you're going to have to go for a year of growing and selling and everything else for you to figure all that out because your area could be different. But for us, that's what it is. I don't know if you've seen the same thing, but let me know in the chats if you see the same things in your area. Subscriptions. You want to get, if you're getting subscriptions, definitely know their patterns as well. You know what their subscription services are. You know what they're buying. You know that is awesome. You know what you're buying, selling every week. If you have subscription service, I highly recommend that starting out, so you know what you're going for.
Market season.
More subs during market season. You get more subscriptions during market season. You can set up a sheet to sign up for that, and you know that pattern is going to happen. You're going to get more if you have that sheet and you're actively selling it for subscriptions. You know you're going to get that sales. You know you're going to get that bump up. But subscription service is awesome, especially when you first start out, because you know, well, you need to grow every 10 days. No fail. Grocery stores are kind of the same way. You know what they're going to order. They're pretty consistent on their orders, so you know what they're getting. You can sell grow kits. I know Andy does great selling grow kits. He sells them all year round, but he sees a bump at the beginning of the year. He sees a bump around Christmas time and then all through the beginning of the first year. So you can sell grow kits. Make your grow kits, sell them at the market, and then they come back and buy seeds from you, buy soil maybe from you, whatever they're buying. You can get repeat customers as well. Restaurants, staying ahead of their trends. Like they're going to change their menu every 3 to 4 months probably. per season. So staying ahead of what they know. So if you go through a year, you know, okay, they want this kind of thing during June, July, blah, blah, blah. In December, they're going to order something different. February, they're going to want flowers, you know, for the Valentine's Day and stuff. Maybe it's like Christmas. You're going to know what trends they are doing. It takes a while to figure this out. Yes, you've got to be in business for at least a year to figure this all out personally. You can kind of figure it out a little bit for every area, but really after a year, you're going to know what your trends are in your area. So that's huge. Getting a year in is key. You can make money along the way, but then you can know what your trends are as well. So you're going to know what you need to sell, when you need to sell it. So know your trends, know what you need to do. It's huge. Stay ahead of all your emerging trends. All right. Now the fun stuff. I think it's fun because I like technology. So technology. You can get very simple with this. You get very complicated with this with technology. Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can get very, very good with this. You can get very technical, or you can get very simple. So you're going to need some stuff, though. You're going to need some tools to sell and do business. Okay? You're going to need tools. So streamlining your operations with these tools are key. Tools can be spreadsheets. It can be even more complicated than that, but you need something to keep yourself organized and streamline your operations so you're not knowing what's going on at all times. So lights on timers. Put your lights on timers so you don't have to shut them off every 12 or 14 hours or whatever you're doing. I recommend 12, but get timers. That's the first tool I would recommend. Timers for your lights. For your fan should be on 24/7, so you don't need to worry about that. But for your lights, it's key to have timers on there. If you have an automatic watering system, timers. And then your climate controls. This is a critical tool. So you may need air conditioner heat. I recommend having a dual. If you need to add and supplement stuff in there, get a dual air conditioner / heater so it can do both. You set it at 72, 73. We set ours at 73 because we want to keep it at 72. And then it kicks on when it gets down that way. It'll switch to heat or air, whichever one it needs to do. Great tool. Great when we were in our house, in that room, supplementing that room alone with it was amazing. Always had the right temperature, no fail. You may need to get a dehumidifier, or a humidifier. We had to get a humidifier our first year through December, through very, very dry months. We had to get a humidifier. You just grow more plants, you don't need it. You need a dehumidifier. So depending on your area and where you're at, you may need a humidifier, you may need a dehumidifier. If you're in Arizona, you may need a humidifier all the time. It's hot out there all the time, so hot and dry. So them are some climate control things you can do, but always have fans on, 24/7. The wind never stops blowing. Neither should it be in your farm. Business management stuff. So that's the fun, growing, doing all that stuff and everything else, going out and selling everything else. Well, you got to take care of the back ends and have business management tools. So, like a crop planter. We used to use a whiteboard. This thing used to be my crop planter. Okay? So I used to use that at crop planting. I wrote it in, had sheets in there. You can see some of our old videos on YouTube. It's in there. I used to write down every week what we needed to do. Had it for 2 weeks, so just rotate around and do everything else. We got above like 30 trays. It was very, very annoying. I think it was like 50 trays before we switched, and we found something. And that's when we went to Seedleaf and used Seedleaf, which was an amazing tool. I went to spreadsheet for a short period of time, but that got very annoying too. And so I got right into Seedleaf shortly after that. Amazing tool online. You can see it anywhere you're at, everything else. So Seedleaf saved me a lot of headache and a lot of pain of filling out the whiteboard and then the spreadsheet. I still have the spreadsheet in our resource in our school, but get a tool. FarmFlow now, awesome as well. So you can check that out as well. It goes even more detailed, runs more of your stuff, how to do to-do lists and all that stuff and everything else. But a crop planting, some kind of sheet crop planting, something to plan your crops. If it's a spreadsheet, yes, but once you get to a certain amount of trays, get into a program. They do help you. They help your brain. You don't have to think about it. It's there. It's put in. It's simple. Task on there, which FarmFlow does an amazing job. You can put your task in there. Awesome. You can put them in a calendar, yes. But FarmFlow, you can check them off. You can do stuff on there. You can have cleaning tasks. It's going to really help do the GAP certification that I hope we're all at. It's sold out right now for that class, but you're going to need something to be able to show them, hey, here's my cleaning records and everything else. So it's great for that. So I recommend checking out FarmFlow. And then your finances. So to do your finances, we use QuickBooks, but you're going to need something to keep track of your bookwork, of your sales, all that stuff back there, so you can just send something to your accountant. They're going to love you more. They're going to charge you less. If you have something that you can just send them. So QuickBooks is very, very standard for the business of accounting. But check with whatever accountant you're going to use, and I recommend using an accountant. Highly recommend using an accountant because they're going to keep you from. They're going to do their job for you against the government. But anyway, check with a tax accountant. So they're going to help you out. So financially, you need that, and then marketing. So marketing online, social media, communication, websites, all that stuff. All this stuff we're going to be going over in our course. So this is a great time to tell you about our special offer we have for our course right now. So for our course, this is today only. I cannot let this go much longer than today. Only looking to get like 3 people in, maybe 4 people in. If 4 people email me, I'll let you in. But this is a very, very special price. The course is normally $97 a month. You can get into it right here at school.com/microgreens. You get in that for $97 a month, and you get the course, you get the community, you get all that stuff, you get resource sheets, you get all the replays, you get all that, everything in there. You will not get the marketing stuff though. So the marketing stuff is only for our lifetime members. Anybody signs up with this price. So you're going to get the lifetime access to the course. You're going to get the Microgreen business coaching. You're going to get the growth bites, which is daily videos that come out. This is a separate course that is $27 a month. You're going to get that part of this lifetime offer. $27 a month for that normally. So you can join that at the Growth Bites one, school.com/Growth Bites. You can join that there. That one is also a free community, so you can get in that community for free. If you want the course, it's $27 for that. So you're going to get the resources, all the downloads, everything. You're going to get the marketing course, and that's going to be a work with us marketing course. So you're going to work with us. We're going to build it. We're going to stop. If you have questions, we're going to answer it. If you want to bring your screen up while we're building like your Facebook out or your website, whatever, if you have that stuff ready, and we can help you build yours as well. So it's going to be work with us. We're going to work with you. We're going to help you build your stuff out. It's going to be an amazing, amazing course. And so you get that. So you can just email me, Mike@microgreenbusinesscoaching.com. Subject line, TT697. And that's what you're going to get all that for today. $697. You can get all that today. Great, great price. Not to be beat. That marketing course alone is going to be worth like $2,500 sold separately. So that's the value of that. Probably worth even more than that, because if you set your marketing up right, it's going to make you a lot of money. So we want to help you out and get your marketing going, because we know that's one of the biggest pinpoints for people in the microgreen world or any business alone, setting up their marketing, doing everything else. So we're going to build it with you and build yours with you. So I hope to get in there and get interactive with you guys, help and join with us. $697. Email me by the end of the day today to get in that. And I said I was going to take 3, but I'll take 4 people. Since we got some good amount of likes over on TikTok and the YouTube Shorts, I'm going to go ahead and 4 people, max 4 people, and it ends today. So make sure you check that out. Thank you for joining us and watching this today. We're going to get into any Q&A. So if you guys got any Q&As to put in here, any questions, everything else, we'll be going over them now.
Tracy asked, are we allowed to mix then package, or is that considered processing?
Maybe. It kind of depends on where you live, Tracy. Most of our stuff is not considered anything besides one-cut produce, and we fall under USDA. Health departments don't even care about us, really, unless you're in Cook County. They may, in Illinois. But most of them don't care. They don't count it as processing because you're still cutting it. And so we layer it to make sure it's not cut. If it's grown in the same tray, so like we're doing a blend where we're mixing seeds and then we're planting them. So we do our veggie confetti that way. So all the seeds are in one tray. You're good there, 100%. You're not going to have any problem there because it's one-cut produce for sure. So we do a combined layered product. That's the terminology we use for our mixes, if any government official asks. So it's one layer of product, another layer of product. We're good. So it's a combined layered product is the terminology we use for them. When I'm talking to a consumer, I'm going to tell them it's a mix. So because they're going to be like, combined what? What are you doing? Yeah, you can do that. But check with your area. Check with your your health department's probably not going to care what you're doing because you're a produce. But check with your ag department, ask them, and see if you really are concerned about it. I kind of go under the philosophy, I do things, we read up on it, make sure we're good, and then we don't ask, we just do, and nobody said anything yet, so.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Just received an email and upgrade. Okay, thank you. Farm Flow, DeSantos is the best money spent. Awesome. Yeah, Farm Flow is good. $19, I think he charges for that a month.
I think so, yeah.
Like cheap. Cheap. Any other questions?
Tracy says, I layer 2. I was worried about mixing. I think I read in my area, if I harvest all the kinds for that mix, it's fine. Yeah. It kind of depends on where you're at.
Yeah, depends on your area.
Safest bet and easier to package is layers.
Yes. I recommend the combined layer products for sure.
All right. Any other questions? I don't think so. Jim, like the background. Jenna put $2 in a super chat.
Oh, thanks, Jenna.
Love
Yeah.
seeing this information. Thank you. Love
Appreciate that, Jenna.
Thanks.
Awesome. I love being able to do these teachings with you guys and everything else. Getting into that course is an amazing deal. We sold something similar to that before. Had some good experience, good people took on it and everything else. So I'm gonna love being able to build your marketing out for you guys and help you out in anything like that. Well, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Jess is gonna love building out the marketing for you guys and everything else because she is the marketing person and she's the every person. I'm just the guy that gets on front of the cameras and talks. So she's the one behind the camera that really runs everything. So give her the love. So. DeSantos, do you use different color trays for your growing and how do you keep track of what it is? We do. Ish. Only reason why we got color trays is because we were growing during the pandemic stuff and everything else, and Bootstrap stopped doing trays overseas over in China and was bringing them back to America. And during that time frame, we were really blowing up and growing, and we needed trays. The only trays they had available that they had in production at that time were their color trays. So that's the reason why we went with the color trays. We just bought what we could, and then we bought out another farm that was closing down. It had a ton of trays that we bought from them that were all colored as well. So we kind of do separate them, like broccoli goes in white and black, peas go in green, cabbage goes in green. We just kind of know that. That's just, we did have a sheet that we had all of it on there. What we broke down at one point, we had it on a sheet, one of my spreadsheets. But now it's just kind of, we plant what's available. It's not anything necessarily per color. We kind of keep it that way, but
Just out of memory.
But it's, if you want to do that in the beginning and you have a sheet, in the beginning it was kind of nice because we started growing new crops. I knew cabbage was in this, I knew this was in that, and I had the sheet that correlated with that, and I made sure that I knew what I was growing and what was on the shelf. So it does help in the beginning, or you can put tags on stuff as well, little stickers or whatever else. So definitely can help out in the very beginning. Not needed to have colored trays at all. You can have all the trays the same color. Our goal was to have white and black and black tops, solid black tops, and that's it. That's all we were going to do. But it changed. You can only get what you can get sometimes. So.
Christina says, Ace Hardware told me they cannot order Coco Loco in Indiana. I don't know why. What's the next best thing?
I would get a ProMix BX, or if you're going the organic one, what is
MPO.
MPO. MPO, or MP, and then mix it with Gaia Green to get a little extra nutrients in there. Would recommend that, and it's
1 tablespoon per gallon.
1 tablespoon per gallon of soil. So Gaia Green is an organic fertilizer, basically. So just add that in there, and that's going to give it a little bit of boost. It's going to be that super that somebody's giving away, a super soil mix that we've been doing long before that. That now he's giving away online. I think he kind of stole it from us, but that's okay. So he makes you email him and get that super soil mix. But all it is a ProMix MP, HP, or a ProMix BX, or FPO, or MPO, some version of that, and you add the Gaia Green in there, and it's going to add the nutrients and add that boost you need to get a little bit better yield. So that's the way I would go if you can't get the Coco Loco.
Yeah. And the abbreviations on ProMix are just basically the porosity and the general use of them. So if you're in a really humid climate, an MP, which is more porous, more perlite, so it's going to drain better. If you are in a more wet climate, you want something that's going to like not hold that water. So it kind of depends on your environment of what variety of ProMix is best. Test a few varieties if you can, but just adding in that Gaia Green will give them enough nutrients to kind of give them that extra boost. We had about a 20% increase in yield from standard ProMix up to standard with Gaia.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I would do. Sandals. What's the deeper tray on the bottom shelf? That one is yellow beets.
Yellow beets.
Yellow beets down there. We put deeper trays. We put yellow beets, red beets. That's pretty much it, right?
I don't have any nasturtiums growing.
Nasturtiums,
right now, so.
if we do that. It's really the only ones we use the deep trays for, just because they like more soil. It's a root crop. Where's it go? Down. So we found huge success in growing beets on deep trays, which you can check out our beet video on this channel as well, so on the YouTube channel. And I think I even posted it on the TikTok as well, so you can check that out as well if you're over on TikTok. So.
All right. Any other questions, kids?
Yeah, label them with the label marker. Yep. Costa Maine product soil is great if you can get that one. Mix 3 different varieties of my own version of a super soil. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, so Coastal Maine, I've heard good things about that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't speak on it because I've never grown with it, but I have heard other people say it's good. So you can check that out as well.
Yeah. Josh had used a Fox Farms the strawberry. It was like a 70-30.
Yeah, it was a 70-30 strawberry kind of thing. There's
Yeah,
other
good luck
Fox
with it.
Farm products you can look at as well if they can get them. But yeah, so check them out. So
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
yeah, it's
You could
unfortunate.
check your local grow shop.
Yeah, they're going to charge more.
They're
for it,
going to
though.
charge, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
local grow shops are high on their prices and high on other things. So, all right. Any other questions, guys? Nope.
Nothing? I
Nothing?
got nothing.
All right. If anybody's new here and haven't taken advantage of being in our course, make sure you check this out. Special price, $697. You're going to get all that. Get in, get that. It's going to be awesome for you. So, if nothing else, question-wise or anything else, I guess we're going to jump off here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching, guys. Love teaching you new things. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Friday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be back as well doing a Friday one. So everyone's going to have a theme. Thriving Thursday. So each one's going to have a theme. So check us out Friday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll see you then. Have a good night.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.